Hi everyone, welcome to 28 COE Talks. I'm with Dr. Alexie Reyes from Philippines, who is an educator, entrepreneur, and an advocate of change. She is knowledgeable in the field of early education, specifically on language and reading curriculum for 3 to 6 years old, and also knowledgeable in leadership, growth mindset, personality development, entrepreneurship, and on the sustainable development goals. She authored two sets of book series and also has won two international awards as head of her department and most outstanding educator. She won second place and best speaker in the National Research Congress in 2020 and has many other accomplishments. This is a very interesting topic for me because we are talking about the future of education. Education is about creating the future of others. It is about creating the future of students. But here we are talking about the future of education itself. I know it is going to be a long topic if you talk about it, but let's come to one point of it, that is, do you think that the whole education system is going to be online? And after that, I'll ask some more questions about it.
My answer is that, of course, it's not going to be online the whole time, as we know, but we realize that technology can really drive, learners to really engage and learn even if we are challenged. So that is why we were able to deliver learning when we were doing it online during COVID. Now, right now, we are transitioning to face and hybrid learning. So I feel that if we have a combination of both, we'll get the best of both worlds. So, of course, I'd like online learning to be there, as well as a lot of schools have really, invested a lot on like online learning, and we have invested a lot on that, as well as I own an edtech company, which is Yes Tech IT Solutions. So I'd like to have a combination of both, so we have the both of, best of both worlds, like face to face and online learning.
But don't you think face to face has more impact than online?
Well, of course, face to face, like the things such as being social with people, talking to your teacher, social emotional support is really there when it comes to face to face learning, and really looking at how the child is learning, for example, most especially for early childhood education. However, for those that are upskilling, retooling, retraining, I think it helps them also with online, because they could learn during their off time. So I would say that there's, of course, we cannot replace teachers when we say we can just tape, and students can learn asynchronous way. We could always say that it's also nice to have that human touch, that human
Of
where
course.
we can actually shake somebody's hand soon, I hope, and like really see how the child is writing, instead of the child writing here and showing the teacher. So that we cannot replace. So but we tried so hard during the pandemic, and I think that's the only thing that we miss, really, if there's gonna be another challenge for us in terms of like COVID, what happened with COVID.
Yes, definitely. During COVID, it was much necessary, and it helped a lot, the online
Yes.
system. Yes, and now we are talking online. You are from Philippines, and I'm sitting in India. See, it is
Well,
so
it
comfortable to
really breaks
talk.
barriers.
Yeah.
Yes, it breaks barriers. And this is the thing that we saw about technology and learning, teaching. It could break barriers. I could learn from you and you could learn from me. I'm talking to you right over there in India, and I'm here in the Philippines. We don't share the same time, but we are connected, and we're trying to learn about what's happening here and over there, like the questions that you feel is relevant in terms of the future of education. So I guess it works also
I'm just
online.
wondering, what if couple of years ago, maybe 100 years ago, when there was no internet, no laptop, nothing, and we tell somebody that actually students can study by looking at a plastic box, when there was no concept of computer, by looking at something plastic, and they would study from a teacher who is sitting on the other part of the world. That would have looked like a magic for those people, right? But
It
honestly, the magic is happening
would
right now.
really. Magic is happening right now.
Mm,
everything that we see before our eyes, I think like the technology has been really fast ever since, like I would say, the 90s. I remember when I was young, I would always ask for a magic watch where I can talk to my mom on the, through the watch. And I always imagined that. But then now we have those, and it's not anymore an imagination. It's really happening. So I would
Now, tell
say,
me one thing. That is the last question. A child who is supposed to be playing outside in the park, and he's supposed to be playing with his friends and chit chatting inside the classroom with his friends, and he's sitting in front of the computer for a couple of hours every day, and for him it is just a picture of somebody or a person on the other side on the laptop, and he's sitting in the same position, he's looking continuously on the same screen. It has definitely effect on the eyes, that is for sure, but it is also has
yes.
effect on the physical body, because the body is not moving, it is sitting in the same place. Also it has effect on the mental aspect, mentally also, because do you think it has actually, what kind of effects it is going to have on a physical and mental level, and how to
Well,
just, I cannot say get rid of it, but how to take care of that you are not affected much.
Well, the thing is, they were saying that there should be a balance in terms of like, it's like giving a child TV time, or like with a computer. With online learning, I would say, even if we haven't at the company, I wouldn't like encourage like a child like being there for like 8 hours. 45 minutes of learning is already like a challenge. And sometimes we need to also look like a child should be protected with those those spectacles,
Glasses,
because
yeah.
they said that sometimes
Yeah.
it strains the eyes, and they're just looking on screen, and it's really strong. And I feel that also, and so mentally, and sometimes they can't like really like connect with other people. They'd rather be on online, just watching say TV or just playing, etc. We feel that there should be a balance. That's why I would say that sometimes we need to also give our children physical activity. Having so much of everything is not good. It's just like eating. I feel like when I eat so much, I'll gain weight. Like if there's a balance with what we do, then we'll be better. And I would say that a lot of children, since they're not regulated by their parents, sometimes it affects their eyesight. And I have a friend who said that every time his child would like ask him like, can we play, he would just give the iPad or the phone, and he's like, "Oh, just play here." So that it was the easy way. And then he realized that when he went to the doctor, the grade of the child is already 800 in terms of like seeing, and he said, "Oh, I guess it's my fault because I didn't encourage my child to play." So I feel like with that, I think we still need to give them physical activities. We need to also take care of them socializing with other people. It's for their mental health. We just want them to feel not alone, and some of them feel that they're okay already with just looking at the computer or just playing a game. But it's really different when you're socializing with friends. When you're talking to friends, you learn to negotiate, you learn to respect, you learn to like take your wait for your turn and things like that. We don't teach that online now. Well, I guess now with we can say, oh, wait for your turn, raise your hand. But it's different when you're playing. You learn to really feel your way through. So I feel like with that, we need to really regulate the time in terms of like delivering online learning and teaching, I would say. But I'm all for it, but not too much of everything.
All right, not too much of everything is good.